Hello, Sheena Govan, Chair of North and East London branch here, welcoming you on behalf of all the London branches to our Merry Christmas from London event. Ending this year of years with a bit of Christmas cheer, raising a glass to creativity, and most importantly, raising vital funds for our benevolent fund for all members, 40% of which have not been in receipt of the government's self-employed income scheme. So I'm thrilled to hand over to your compere for the evening, the inimitable Tigger Blaize.
Welcome everyone. This is Merry Christmas from London, even though I'm in Brighton. But hey, my name's Tigger Blaize, my pronouns are he and him, and I'm an actor, and I'm going to be taking you through the proceedings this evening. So I think we should start off with a Christmas toast, self-penned by James Somerset.
So, let us raise a glass to those we love, to those we lost, to those we hold in our hearts so dear, to you. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Next up, we've got a song, Ring the Bells. The music and lyrics are by Conall and it's sung by him and Michaud. There's additional vocals by Fergus Dale, Thomas Chenhall, Charlie Mills and George Ross. It's been written especially for this event, so it's a premiere. The group say that they really enjoyed the challenge of trying to write a song in a week and put a lockdown video to it. They've personally benefited from the Benevolent Fund when their show was closed early due to COVID, so they'd like to help in any way they can. So I say, ring the bells!
Snowing all around, there's magic in the air.
It's no surprise each year, but we laugh along. We've tinsel through our hair. Ring the bell, sing it out, now it's Christmas Day. Family comes crashing in, so eager to say it's been a long, long year, but now we're here and we're all yours. A day for having us a Merry Christmas when we make angels in the snow. You know, I couldn't love you more. Do 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 do. Oh, close your eyes, my dear. I'll hold you by the fire, below the mistletoe. Christmas is when you're near, dancing by the choir in the falling snow. Ring the bell, sing it out, now it's Christmas Day. Family comes crashing in, so eager to say it's been a long, long year, but now we're here and we're all yours. A day for having us a Merry Christmas when we make angels in the snow. You know, I couldn't love you more. Do 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 do.
Next we have a poem by Georgina Peters, who's based in London and is a recent drama school graduate. She's also a member of National Youth Theatre. Georgina says, "The inspiration for this piece came from reminiscing about life this time last year, just before the pandemic took over the world." She describes the lead up to Christmas, observing winter festivities as a means of bringing people together, particularly in these poignant times. This is Winter Solstice Ritual.
On a dark December evening, in the biting winter cold, trekking up towards the city, different ages, young and old, horror season's swift departure leaves the slot for what's to come. Festive season's grand arrival warms the chest to not be numb as they trek towards the city, the dazzling white lights diminishing the deadly doomy gloom of the darkness. A man-made concoction of fluorescent lights burning until they serve their purpose or they burn out completely. The manufactured lights of the manufactured city light the manufactured stores to adorn, look pretty. Gift economies, barter parties, borrowed customs from the past. Winter solstice celebrations curb the shadows overcast, and the fireworks soar above, searing sparks, bold, brilliant colours blazing brightly in the dark. They burn up in the night to adorn, look pretty. They burn throughout the night till they burn out completely.
Actor and voice artist Edmund Dehn has been in the business for over 40 years. 40 years! Highlights include the first two series of Anglia TV's children's series Nightmare in the late 80s and playing the title role in the Judge Minty fan film set in the world of Judge Dredd. He has a theatre company too with two of his friends. It's called And Tomorrow Theatre Company. Here he is with Pismonunciation, written by Ronnie Barker.
Good evening. I am the President of the Loyal Society for the Relief of Sufferers from Pismonunciation, for people who cannot say their worms correctly, or who use the wrong worms entirely, so that other people cannot understand a bird they are spraying. You open your mouth, and the worms come turbling out in waka say that you dig not what you're thugging a bing, and it's very distressing. I am always luing it, and it makes one feel unbumftickle. Why, only last wonk, I was slopping in the supermarket for inkstands. I was approaching the chuck-out point to show the ghoul at the crash desk the contents of my trilly, and she said, "All right, Grandad, shout 'em out." Well, that's all very well for the average man in the stoat who has no dribble with his warts, but for someone like me, it's worse than a kick in the jackstrap. Sometimes you get stuck on one letter, such as W. So I said, "I've got a tin of whoop, a woocumber, 2 packets of wheeze, and a walliflower." She tried to make fun of me and said, "That'll be woo pounds at 50 wee pence." So I said wobblers and walked out. So you can see how dicky felt it is. But help is at hand. The society has been formed so our mumblers can help each other at times of extreme ices. It is bold Pismonunciers unanimous, and anyone can bowl them up on the smelly tone, any tight of the day or gnome, 24 flowers a spray, 7 stays a creek, and we will come round and get you drunk. For foreigners, there will be interpreters who will all squeak many sandwiches, such as Swedish, Turkish, Burkish, Jewish, gibberish and rubbish. Membranes will be able to attend tight school for heaving grasses to learn how to grope with the many complexities of daily loaf. Which brings me to the drain reason for squawking to you tonight. The Society's first function, as a body, was a grand garden fete, and we hope to have many more bodily functions in the future. The fete was held in the grounds of Blenheim Pallias, Woodstick. The guest of horror was the great American pip singer Manny Barrowload. The fete was opened by the bleeder of the proposition, Sir Steer Karma, who gave us a few well-frozen worms in praise of the Society's jerk and told us that we must all do our nut roast to ensure that it sucks weeds. After which, everyone visited the various stalls and abrusements, the roundabouts, thingboats and dodgers, stry your length, guessing the weight of the cook, and tinning the pail on the wonky. I think it can safely be said that the occasion was a great success, and all the men and many good women were had all the time. So please, join our society. Write to me, Dr. Smallpith, the Spanner, Poke Moses, and I will send you some brieflets to browse through and a brass badge to put in your loophole. Thank you very much for listening, and in conclusion, may I wish you all a very crappy Christmas.
Next, we have a medley of songs performed by the brilliant Tony Tang. I might join in. Merry Christmas, Tony!
Merry Christmas! I hope it's Christmas because I've got my Christmas hat on and I've got my little Christmas waistcoat on. And I'm going to do a song from the Wizard of Oz because that's really Christmassy. So, and any similarities between me and a deceased ukulele player from Hawaii is totally coincidental, despite me wearing a lei. clothes and I'm afraid, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're a little late, I'm already torn. Please give generously, despite me saying it's not about the money. It sort of is. Merry Christmas.
That was Somewhere Over the Rainbow, composed by Harold Arlen, lyrics by Yip Harburg for The Wizard of Oz, and sung by Judy Garland. Then, Price Tag by Jessie J. Oh, the Hey Hey bit was from Hey Soul Sister by Train. And lastly, Torn by Natalie Imbruglia. It's going to be a really strange Christmas for lots of us this year. I think I'm ready for a story. Over to you, Lynette.
Hey everyone, I'm Lynette Hill, a storyteller from Milton Keynes, and this is my story, The Very Strange Christmas. Now, I'm sure you know how this year has gone with the pandemic, COVID-19, and it's probably turned your household on its head just like it did for the Taylors. I mean, there they were, Chris and Allie, the kids, they were at home trying to do their homework at the kitchen table because school had been closed again for sickness. And Mom and Dad were home because, well, they lost both their jobs in the same week. And there they were all tripping over each other, the kids trying to do their schoolwork, the parents arguing over who got to use the laptop and when. And it was just a really difficult situation. They did have one treat, however. They could go out once a day for an exercise walk, and they'd take the path along the river, which everyone enjoyed. Of course, even then, they had to wear that mask that made your glasses fog up and, couldn't go near anyone, even their friends, and wash your hands 20 seconds all day long. Yeah, it was the same for you. And it was a tough time, but for the Taylors, the worst moment, for Chris and Allie especially, that worst moment was when Dad looked at them and said, "I'm sorry, kids. It's just not going to be a good Christmas this year." And it wasn't the lack of presents and so much. It's just the shame in Dad's eyes and in Mom's. That was a bad moment. A few days later, they were taking that walk along the path by the river, and Dad looked over and said, "That Scots pine, that would make an excellent Christmas tree." And Allie said, "Well, yeah, but we can't just take it home with us, can we?" And Dad said, "No, we'll leave it there. We'll make it a living Christmas tree." And Mom says, "Yeah, we can decorate it for the birds and sing songs." And Chris and Allie looked at each other. Clearly, the parents had gone mad. And they knew this even better when they got home, and Mom started tearing the cushions off the sofa and going through all the coat pockets looking for spare change. And she came back from the store with a bag of fat and a bag of seeds, and when she turned on the hob on the stove, Chris said, "I don't care how bad things get, I'm not eating that." And Mom said, No, it's for the birds. You can help me make it." And after the seeds and the fat had all been mixed together and it had cooled down properly, they made sticky round balls with string through them. And the next day they took those balls to the Scots pine and tied them up on the branches. And Chris said, "Those are the funniest looking Christmas decorations I have ever seen." But they sang some songs, and Allie took pictures and posted them on social media. And turns out a lot of their friends thought this was a great idea too. For the next few days as they took their walk, they saw other families decorating trees with old fruit or with strings of popcorn. And then they'd stand and sing to the tree. Well, nothing had changed really. But everyone found themselves smiling at each other a bit more, and they all felt a bit better. And well, that was something. And that is the story with a very strange Christmas. Thank you.
Well, don't say we don't bring you variety. I'm going to juggle my 3 clubs while you sit tight and watch Nick Putz juggling his chime stick. Well, that's what it's called.
Ladies and gentlemen, is this a telescope? Is it a trumpet? Is it a telepet? Or is it a trumpscope? No, ladies and gentlemen, for Christmas I have not brought you angel chimes. I have brought you my chime stick. Happy Christmas, everyone!
Next up is Tommy Ogbarrow, actor, singer, musician, composer, recently graduated from Rose Bruford. With original music by him, a poem by Denise Redford from her book Sunshine in Your Pocket, which is being sold to raise funds for the Actors Benevolent Fund on Amazon. It's all in the list. Tommy Ogbarrow.
When I'm feeling down or sad about the world today, I just write a list of my favourite things to chase the blues away. The smell of grilled bacon, log fires aglow, the aroma of bread baking, and footprints in the snow, scent of clean washing when it's been on the line, and a favourite book you read time after time. Write to a friend, tell them your news, run up a hill and admire the views. My list could be longer, but it'll take a while. Now it's your turn. What makes you smile?
I love receiving post at Christmas, don't you? Next, 12 Days of Christmas, a correspondence, written by John Julius Norwich with Mansell David, directed by Rick Allencroft, and recounted by Penelope Dudley.
"12 Days of Christmas" by John Julius Norwich. 25th of December. My dearest darling, the partridge in the lovely little pear tree. What an enchanting, romantic, poetic little present. Oh, bless you and thank you. Your deeply loving Emily. 26th of December. My dearest darling Edward, the 2 turtle doves arrived this morning and are cooing away in the pear tree as I write. I'm so touched and grateful. With undying love, as always, Emily. 26th of December. My dearest darling Edward, you do think of the most original presents. Whoever would have thought of sending anybody 3 French hens? Do they really come all the way from France? Oh, it's the pity that we have no chicken coops, but I expect we'll find some. Thank you anyway. They're lovely. Your loving Emily. 28th of December. Dearest Edward, what a surprise! 4 calling birds arrived this morning. They are very sweet, even if they do call rather loudly. They make telephoning impossible. But I expect they'll calm down once they get used to their new home. Anyway, I'm very grateful. Of course I am. Love from Emily. 29th of December. Dearest Edward, the postman has just delivered 5 most
beautiful gold rings, one for each finger and all fitting perfectly. Oh, really lovely present. Lovely in the way than birds, which do take rather a lot of looking after. The four that arrived yesterday are still making a terrible row, and I'm afraid none of us got much sleep last night. Mummy says she wants us to use the rings to wring their necks. She's only joking, I think, though I know what she means. But I love the rings. Love, Emily. 30th of December. Dear Edward, whatever I expected to find this morning when I opened the front door, it certainly wasn't 6 socking great geese laying eggs all over the doorstep. Frankly, I rather hoped you'd stop sending me birds. We have no room for them, and they have already ruined the croquet lawn. I know you meant well, but let's call a halt, shall we? Love, Emily. 31st December. Edward, I thought I said no more birds, but this morning I woke up to find no less than 7 swans trying to get into our tiny goldfish pond. Oh, dread to think what happened to the fish. The whole house seems to be full of birds, to say nothing of what they leave behind them. Please, please stop. Your Emily. 1st of January. Frankly, I think I prefer the birds. What am I to do with 8 milkmaids and their cows? Is this some kind of a joke? If so, I'm afraid I don't find it very amusing. Emily. 2nd of January. Look here, Edward, this has gone far enough. You say you're sending me 9 ladies dancing. All I can say is that judging from the way they dance, they're certainly not ladies. The village isn't accustomed to seeing a regiment of shameless hussies with nothing on but their lipstick cavorting round the green. And it's Mummy and I who'll be blamed. If you value our friendship, which I do less and less, kindly stop. Stop this ridiculous behaviour. At once. Emily. 3rd of January. As I write this letter, 10 disgusting old men are prancing about all over what used to be the garden, before the geese and the swans and the cows got at it. And several of them, I notice, are taking inexcusable liberties with the milkmaids. Meanwhile, the neighbours are trying to have us evicted. I shall never speak to you again. Emily. 4th of January. This is the last straw. You know I detest bagpipes. The place has now become something between a menagerie and a madhouse. And the man from the council has just declared it unfit for habitation. At least Mummy has been spared this last outrage. They took her away yesterday afternoon in an ambulance. I hope you're satisfied.
5th of January. Sir, our client, Mrs. Emily Wilbraham, instructs me to inform you that with the arrival on her premises at 7:30 this morning of the entire percussion section of the Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra and several of their friends, she has no course left open to her but to seek an injunction to prevent your importuning her further. I am making arrangements for the return of much assorted livestock. I am, sir, yours faithfully, G. Creep, Solicitor at Law.
12 Days of Christmas, a Correspondence by John Julius Norwich. Mansell David as the solicitor, G. Creep, Lady Dudley as Emily, and thanks to Rick Allen Croft for filming the whole thing. Just want to wish you a very happy Christmas. Bless you. Thank you.
It's time for a song. Have you ever thought about what Santa would like for a present on Christmas Day? No, you haven't, have you? Luckily, Rachel Bellis has some good ideas. Take it away, Rachel.
Santa, yeah, all the things I need and every little thing I've asked for. You're too good, don't you know? You got nothing to show. You give without getting back, oh, and I know just what to get. My friends wrote a special song just for my man, but there's a standout guy who never gets a gift. He's funny, smart, and super sweet. When I'm at the shops on Christmas Eve, he's the one who never makes it on my list. What should I get for Santa? He needs a box of goodies on my Christmas tree. Last year he brought me a grand piano, and with it was my man meant just for me. So what should I get for Santa? A fancy Bluetooth speaker for his sleigh. Or how about a private cabana for him and Mrs. Claus on Christmas Day? Santa, please just tell me, maybe jingle bell me, 'cause milk and cookies just won't do. Your house is very old, the North Pole's very cold, so how about a new coat or two? And I know just what to get. My friends wrote a special song just for my man, but there's a standout guy who never gets a gift. He's funny, smart, and super sweet. When I'm at the shops on Christmas Eve, he's the one who never makes it on my list. What should I get for Santa? He needs a box of goodies on my Christmas tree. Last year he brought me a grand piano, and with it was my man meant just for me. So what should I get for Santa? A fancy Bluetooth speaker for his sleigh. Or how about a private cabana for him and Mrs. Claus on Christmas Day? What should I get for Santa? He needs a box of goodies on my Christmas tree. Last year he brought me a grand piano, and with it was my man meant just for me. So what should I get for Santa? A fancy Bluetooth speaker for his sleigh. Or how about a private cabana for him and Mrs. Claus on Christmas Day?
Our next performer has been thinking really hard about one of our best-loved Christmas hymns. Louis Pirot has just graduated from the Oxford School of Drama and is represented by Newland's Global Talent. He lives in West London, and Louis wrote this himself. O come all ye faithful.
Oh, come all ye faithful, joyful triumph. Oh, come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. It's quite a lot to ask of someone, if you ask me. I mean, for one, I'm an atheist. A faith in science might grant me access to tickets to see the baby Jesus, but I don't know, he might be a bit offended. Faithful, joyful. I mean, I don't think I'd be too happy if instead of GPS I had a big fat star in the sky showing me to my destination. I wouldn't care how miraculous the birth is. I'd get there and I'd tell them I may not be faithful or joyful, but by God am I triumphant about my navigation skills. I mean, you would be, wouldn't you, if you'd hiked yourself across the Middle East to Bethlehem? That's the miracle, really. I can imagine it now. Mary sitting there, exhausted. Joseph, couple of Guinnesses down. The three wise men having a chin wag over the cot, holding their gifts. What were they again? Gold. Frankincense. Myrrh. Myrrh. What the hell? Hang on. What is myrrh? A natural gum or resin extracted from a number of small thorny tree species and has been used throughout history as a perfume, incense and medicine. Guessing they didn't have a Toys R Us back then, so they bled a tree instead, as long as the little baby smells fresh. Wouldn't see me walk all that way with what is essentially just imperial leather. Mental. I mean, get the kid an Action Man or something, crying out loud. And the innkeeper gives them literally the last space in the whole gaff. Not invited. Where is he? You don't see his figurine in the little scenes you see in old people's homes and churches. It's a disgrace. I mean, what was he supposed to do? Throw a whole family out into the cold just for them? You get a terrible rating on TripAdvisor. No, I'm not having that. I'm going to start a campaign to bring the innkeeper back on the scene. I'll write to the government. Even better, the church. They'd love that. A little lesson in how not to be vengeful, like Mary and Joseph not inviting the B&B owners. Not only that, but putting their animals' comfort at risk with all the people blocking the space. There's an environmentalist message in there as well. Well, what would you know? I'm the voice of Christmas cheer. I am faithful, joyful, and by Christ am I triumphant.
I always wondered what myrrh was. Now we have a Christmas banger written by Joan Javits and Philip Springer, originally sung by Eartha Kitt and sung for you now by Tony Brooks. Santa baby!
Santa baby, slip a sable under the tree for me. Being an awful good girl, Santa baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, a 54 convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby. Hurry down the chimney tonight. Think of all the fun I've missed. Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. Next year I could be just as good if you check off my Christmas list. Santa baby, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lot. 'Cause I've been an angel all year. Santa baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, one thing I really do need, the deed to a platinum mine. Santa baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa cutie, fill my stocking with a duplex, ooh, and checks, ooh. Just sign your X on the line, Santa cutie, and hurry down the chimney tonight. Come and trim my
Christmas tree with lots of decorations bought from Tiffany. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you believe in me. Santa honey forgot to mention one little thing. Ooh, a ring. I don't mean on the phone. Santa honey, hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry tonight. Ooh, Santa.
We got James Somerset back to coax the Christmas spirit out of you if you're still not there yet. Here's an extract of How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss.
An extract from How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the Who's, he was grinchiously humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up, I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry boo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow, but the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing, without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch with his Grinch feet, ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day, and the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food and the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast.
We've got Tommy Ogbarrow back. He's had a costume change and he's going to sing Forget You by CeeLo Green. Oh, and Bruno Mars, Ari Levine, Philip Lawrence and Brodie Brown. I mean, it's not a traditional Christmas song, but it wouldn't be Christmas without a bit of drama and a messy breakup, right?
I see you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be with ya. Ain't that some shh? Ain't that? Although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best with the forget you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't afford a Ferrari, but that don't mean I can't get you there. He's an Xbox and I'm more Atari. The way you're playing the game ain't fair. I pity the fool that falls in love with you. Oh, she's a gold digger, just thought you should know. Ooh, I've got some news for you. Yeah, go around and run and tell your little boyfriend. I see you driving around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Cause if I was richer, I'd still be with you. Ain't that some Although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. With the forget you. Now I know I had to borrow and beg and steal and lie and cheat, trying to keep ya, trying to please ya. Cause being in love with your ass ain't cheap. I pity the fool that falls in love with you. Oh, she's a gold digger, just thought you should know. Woo! I've got some news for you. I really hate your ass right now. I see you driving around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be with you. No, ain't that some? Although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. Never forget you. Now baby, 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 why'd you wanna hurt me so bad? Oh, I tried to tell my mama, but she told me this is one for your dad. Why, lady, I love you, I still love you. Oh, I see you driving around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Cause if I was richer, I'd still be with you. Ain't that some Although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. Will forget you.
I'm running out of locations. Our next performer, Fiona McKinnon, says, over the years, I've performed my spoken word poetry on BBC Radio on The Danny Baker Show, All Sorts at Rich Mix, Ronnie Scott's, Gypsy in the Field, and others. She has a poetry night in North London, Speaks, Beats and Rhymes, which came to a halt in the first lockdown, but she says it will start up again in the future. Here is Swimming in the Sky.
As the nights draw in and the scent of wood fires trails smokily in the air, and the sharp cold slaps you awake every morning, and all you want to do is curl up in your woolen socks, watch Father Ted and eat sprouts, I thought I'd read you my summer poem from Mytilene, just so that you can remember the sun's warmth on your skin, and that there will once again be summer days. In water still, a perfect reflection of sky, blue-white, white-blue, a mirrored sea glade. I'm swimming in sky. Swallows dancing to the sun, dark quick in sky blue sea, their perfect pairs painted in water, a living Japanese scroll. I'm swimming in sky. I open my arms, soft, another stroke ripples the clouds. The sky, brilliant blue, bright, in the sea, brilliant blue, white. Am I swimming in sky? Is sky swimming in me? Below deep, the water's coolness reassures me. It's a magic trick, an Hellenic play on light. Yet I'm swimming in sky. A signature of purple against the blue. Lilies, dried on their stalks, tickle the heavens. Lifted on a silent breath, a single seed touches the water and rests on a cloud. I'm swimming in sky. A butterfly, effervescent white, zigzags in the sea sky blue. A cicada flits to its next meal whilst a sardine nibbles my toes like quicksilver. I'm swimming in sky. The red hull of a boat leaks watercolour, floods terracotta roofs. The beach shack balcony crisscrosses the seabed floor. The sky has fallen in. I'm flying through sea. And to end on a more Christmassy note, I'm going to read our branch chair, Sue Gilroy's haiku. Christmas dinner done. And now I can hardly move. One sprout too many.
I hope you're all having a brilliant time. I've been itching to show you the advent calendars that I made for Christmas. Here it is. I mean, I know it looks a bit like a 5-year-old made it, which is a bit disappointing because I'm 7, but I mean, it's kind of different, right? It's got a shrine to Shakespeare on this side and all the numbers and the chocolates on that side. And, well, I kind of thought it was in keeping with 2020, sort of a bit scruffy, a bit kind of messy and a bit disappointing. But I'm going to enjoy it anyway. I think it's time that we had some traditional and heartwarming songs performed by George Staines. I wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Hello, George Staines here, Western South West London Equity, with a couple of, I hope, jolly Christmas songs. First one is English traditional, very well known. Second one is American, written in 1857, also very well known. You will recognise them. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Glad tidings we bring to you and your kin. Glad tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now we all like old figgy pudding. We all like figgy pudding. And we all like figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer. Glad tidings we bring to you and your kin. Glad tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now we won't go until we got some, and we won't go until we got some, and we won't go until we got some, so bring some out here. Glad tidings we bring to you and your kin. Glad tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Dashing through the snow on a wide old open sleigh, o'er the hills we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. Oh, what fun, oh, sing a song and ride a sleigh tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, to you I'll tell, I went out onto the snow and on my back I fell. Man came driving by in a one-horse open sleigh. He stopped, he looked and had a good laugh and then he rode away. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle Thank you. And if you feel like it, please make a generous donation to the Equity Benevolent Fund, because a lot of our fellow professionals have had a very tough time of it this year. Okay, thanks very much for listening.
So we hope you've enjoyed the event, and you will see shortly the link for our Just Giving page if you are able to donate. But before we go, we'd like to sign off with a delightful little film called Joyeux Noël, written and directed by Anne-Sophie Marie. Stay safe, well, and strong. And see you all in 2021.
Hi. How are you?
Bonjour, ça va?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you? Sit down.
Is that your homework?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hope this place is okay.
Ouais, pas de souci. Is this about where you've travelled?
That's where I've lived.
Okay. Well, that's good. But I've asked you to write about where you've travelled.
That's where I've lived.
I asked you to write about your most recent travels in order for you to practice the use of the auxiliaire être et avoir au passé composé. But if you don't do it, then...
Sorry, I'm being a terrible host. Do you want something to drink?
A small pot of mint, please.
We are in a pub. Can't I tempt you?
Mint or tea's fine, thank you. As long as it's not...
Builder's tea, I know. I'll see what they have.
Thanks.
What is that?
What?
That.
Oh, it's nothing. Sorry. Okay, since you wrote about your most, where you've lived, let's have a look at some housing vocab.
What's your hobby?
Can you translate this, please?
Now.
Oui, maintenant, s'il te plaît. Okay.
So next to the entrance door.
Entrance door, yeah.
Sounds weird. To the is it a building?
Yes.
Immeuble.
Immeuble.
An interphone.
It's almost the same word.
Intercom.
Intercom.
Lets you call the que l'on vient voir.
You come to see. Awesome.
Sometimes I guess today wasn't meant to be. You can still charge me for the lesson. It's my fault. Your choice of location. Just give me more homework.
That's okay. Thanks. Okay, donc écrire.
Try that one.
Yes.
You know, I think they look pretty cool.
Oh, thank you. Ta maison. Okay. Next time will be...
Next year?
Of course. Yeah, of course. You like politics, right?
Yeah,
This is for you.
thank you. I'm not sure I'm going to understand any of this. Can I get you something from New York?
New York.
You want the entire city?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep the pen.
Oh,
I have another one.
thanks.
It's French, actually.
Oh.
Pretty reliable.
Not like my crappy English pen.
Ouch. After you.
Thank you.
Bon. Ben, joyeux Noël.
Merci. Merry. Joyeux Noël.